Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. Isis, Escape from Transylvania. The goddess next door and John Haynes must escape a horde of vampires on the hunt in this horror-filled Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Escape from Transylvania in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. This week I will be releasing the newest Isis series story, Isis, Escape from Transylvania, in paperback and on Kindle Unlimited. And you definitely want to pick up Isis, Escape from Transylvania because Isis Escape from Transylvania is the third story in the vampire story arc, which was started in 2015 with Isis Night of the Vampires and followed up in 2016 with Isis Bride of Dracula. Now, Isis Escape from Transylvania builds on the story of Night of the Vampires, which introduced vampires to the SJS Direct Universe, and Bride of Dracula, which introduced Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, to the SJS Direct Universe by taking readers to Transylvania and showing them the world of vampires, vampire culture, and vampire lore, and even showing the connections of the goth subculture to vampires, vampire culture, and vampire lore. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to put a fresh take on vampires, vampire culture, and vampire lore was to get more African Americans reading horror and science fiction. And when it comes down to horror and science fiction, oftentimes African Americans are not presented in a positive light. Oftentimes, when we watch movies like Scream, where Jada Pinkett was murdered within the first 5 minutes of the movie, or many other horror movies, the black characters usually wind up dead before the story even starts. And with this story, I wanted to show that a black man and a black woman could overcome the predators in the story, which are the vampires. And when it comes down to the vampires themselves, I wanted to show that these vampires are predators because when it comes down to the vampires, oftentimes they are often softened for entertainment purposes and not shown to be the predators that they actually are. And in this story, as I delve deeper into the vampire culture of the SJS Direct Universe, I show how this predatory behavior can have an impact on family because when it comes down to this story, Dracula's daughter, the main villain of the story, shows how she's willing to exploit her own people, all to break the internet and to get more popularity. So I really make a commentary on the internet and social media in this story, and I make a commentary on the difference between old traditional values of Count Dracula and these new millennial values of people like Dracula's daughter. And there's a lot of things in this story I think people will enjoy. In addition to the action and adventure, I have a cameo by a character Friday Morning who is inspired by YouTuber It's Black Friday. And I also, again, make commentary on the goth subculture and its connections. So there's a lot of fun things in Isis Escape from Transylvania. And I definitely believe you will enjoy this story. And I believe you'll enjoy the previous stories in the vampire arc, Isis Night of the Vampires and Isis Bride of Dracula. And if you want to pick up Isis Escape from Transylvania, you can do so by clicking the link to Amazon.com in the description box. And you can pick up not only Isis Escape from Transylvania there, but you can also pick up Isis Bride of Dracula and Isis the Night of the Vampires in paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com.